Welcome to the Moving Picture Studio. We're here with Liz Garbus. Bobby Fischer Against the World's your film here this year, but of course you've been here a few times now and one in '98. What's your relationship with Sundance like now? Has it changed? Do you feel like you can get in anywhere?
That's very funny. No, I definitely don't feel like I can get in anywhere. And they've certainly passed on a few of my films, which I haven't let them forget, and they don't care. No, I mean, this festival launched my career in 1998 with The Farm. We won the Grand Jury's Prize. It was awesome. I mean, that was like, it was everything. It started, made me be able to make documentary films. Yeah. And I've had 3 films since, including this one as a director. And they've passed on a few in the middle, and people say, oh, you're a veteran, it's old hat. But honestly, it's like totally thrilling every time, and I take nothing for granted. And the next time I submit my film to Sundance, I'm going to be anxiously awaiting that phone call.
There's quite a few documentary filmmakers that are up here now that are, kind of veterans of Sundance, so to speak. And Morgan Spurlock's been producing other documentary filmmakers and putting his name on their projects. Obviously, Moxie Firecracker also been really productive in terms of having a whole slate of filmmakers produce stuff. What is it about the documentary community that seems less competitive and more supportive?
We're just a bunch of whores. No, I mean, I'm a director, and that's kind of like my main thing. But I've also, because there's so many interesting projects, and if you can kind of help get them off the ground and help other filmmakers launch their careers, I'm all for that. It's like, working on other people's films is great. It's sort of like all the fun without like a lot of the pain. You can walk into the edit room and see sort of the things clear as day. Like, okay, you just need to move that there, this there, and do that. And, you get that distance, and so you can be really helpful. And like competition, yeah, I guess like you would be sort of bummed if the person that you like sort of nurtured then like beat you out later on in the project, but it doesn't really happen that way, and it's all good.
In Bobby Fischer Against the World, a lot of people know who Bobby Fischer was from a chess context, but they don't know the world in which he operated and the kind of importance of the global context of the piece. Like so many documentaries to me seem like they focus in sometimes too closely on a portrait of a person, that they forget the world around them and what it meant for that person to exist in that world. How did you learn that skill as a filmmaker? Who were your kind of documentary mentors?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that you acknowledge that, because Bobby Fischer could not have existed without his like social, political, cultural context. Yeah. He was so much a product of that time, of the late 60s, early 70s. He could only have been what he was within the context of the Cold War. So we had to interweave all of that, and I appreciate, you sort of mentioning that. I mean, for me, the Barbara Koppel was an amazing inspiration, especially with my early work, which was much more cinema verite. I mean, she's kind of a female documentarian, and I think all of us who are sort of coming in the next generation look up to her. But also, this film is much more structured, and there were the films of like Kevin MacDonald, that I looked at, that were just such tight storytelling, yeah, and kind of have more of like a thriller, edge of your seat element. That was the kind of filmmaking that inspired me.
Yeah, I was shocked to see Bobby Fischer working out like an Olympian.
Yeah, he was a rock star. I mean, he was a celebrity. He was good looking. I mean, had an imposing physicality. He was not like a little nerdy chess guy. He was a great subject to work with.